good, everybody, and welcome to Between Frets, a space where female musicians meet and discuss all things music. Shorn here. We are now in our 7th season here in our podcast. It's been since 2019 that we started. On behalf of myself and the rest of my co-founders of Fret Sisters, we'd like to thank everyone that listened to our show and third season when we start doing videos. We're watching our shows and thanking all the artists and all the musicians that we interviewed throughout this whole series of this podcast. We really appreciate the love and support that everybody been following us in our social media. But if you want to catch up from our last season or want to check out our older episodes, you can check out our podcast, available on all where podcasts are streamed, especially Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere that streams the podcast, or you can just subscribe to our channel or YouTube, Fret Sisters, or go to our website at www.fretsisters.com, and you can check all our past episodes of our podcasts and check out our memory lane. And I will say that this is our memory lane. Well, it's now we finally see the sunshine here in the East Coast. The past weekend when the hurricane came in, it had been raining for 4 days. I felt like I was in Seattle. And now we finally got the sunshine in. We got a little bit warmth here in our fall weather, which is the hoodie season, which I like. Those that are affected by the hurricane, our prayers goes out to those that were affected by the hurricane. I seen lots of videos of the hurricane that landfalled in Florida. A lot of water flowing in the houses, people swimming in their houses, and had an alligator in their house. Whew. But anywho, let's get out the good things here. For me, I just celebrated my 37th birthday, and I'm looking great. I lost over 21 pounds. I've been very well mentally. I'm in a very better place right now, and ever since we talked about the mental health Fret Tea Talk last season, and I told you my story, it was kind of a relief. I don't want to hide it anymore, and I'm glad to share my story. And those that go through the same situation with mental health and binge and eating disorders, I would actually say. But we have a great show for you today. When we come back, I have got a chance to talk with this talented guitarist. She's very pretty and lovely. Her tapping skills is amazing. We've been following each other on Instagram, but finally I actually got a chance to talk with her in this episode, and it was just a lot of great answers. It was a lot of great conversation speaking with her. So when we come back, I get to chat with Diamond's Meadow. So stay tuned. Now we are back. My guest today, she started her journey by listening to different genres of music that was driven by the guitar in an effort to open her mind to the endless possibilities of different tones and different styles. Her mission is to inspire other young girls out there to be themselves in every facet, whether they black, white, green, purple, or wants to do rock, wants to do any type of genre of music, and to let them be themselves. Everybody, please welcome my guest, Diamond McCoy, aka Diamond's Meadow.
Hi,
how are you?
I'm great.
You are so
Thanks for
gorgeous.
asking.
You're so gorgeous. I'm like
Thank
sitting here
you.
looking at her, like her hair all fleek and everything.
You're gorgeous as well. I really love your smile.
Thank you. I had to quickly, like, came back from the gym and just quickly
Yes, I
wake
love
up.
the gym. I understand. You gotta get through it.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, especially like you busy and doing everything, you have to take that time to get your aggression and also worry about your health. Ever since the pandemic,
Mhm.
like everybody's minds are completely chaotic.
Yes, it really helps clear your mind.
Yes, it does. I really like thank God from all that. So
Yeah.
so let's get started. Like what makes you want to like just okay, I'm gonna play the guitar. Like what inspires you and motivates you to become like a guitarist?
Well, my family always did music. Like everyone around me, my siblings, I have 5 siblings, so they all, had piano lessons or guitar lessons, drum lessons. So I kind of did piano at first, and I was in the choir when I was like 3. So I was like always around music. What made me start with guitar was my brother actually took guitar lessons first while I took piano. So we had it laying around, and I was just like, you know what, let me just try to pick it up, because it was just around the house. You're a child, you just kind of want to try different stuff. So I remember kind of being into rock music already. So I really wanted to try an instrument that could create that type of sound. So that's really how I began playing.
Oh, that is so amazing. Like, so you decided like, okay, I like metal music. Like what got you interested in that type of, that genre of music? Because usually like women or a lot of African Americans like think just going straight to hip hop and R&B and gospel and jazz, but not really in like the rock and metal era. Like what got you interested in that genre?
Well, again, like my siblings are like the main influence for me because I grew up around them. Like my sister, she always listened to rock. My mom even listened to rock, like all of my siblings. My brother, especially my little brother, he was into like a lot of punk bands and stuff. So that kind of got me into it. And I was just very drawn to how it sounded, like just sonically. It was a little bit more aggressive sometimes, and to me, just expressive. And I always liked, playing that type of stuff, I guess. I was just naturally drawn to the sound.
So like there are like different subgenres in that metal area. Like what is like your main favorite one that you admire more?
Well, I grew up I was into rock music, punk rock, stuff like that. And thrash metal was like really kind of big for me. Like growing up, like Metallica, Megadeth, things like that, like bands like that. They also like helped me like learn how to play as well. Like when I would pick up my guitar, I could kind of hear what they were playing and just play like the power chords, because they use like a lot of power chords and stuff. So that's kind of how I started, just like with power chords and stuff like that. Like rock music kind of has those type of elements in it. So naturally I was able to kind of pick it up by ear. So I would say like thrash metal kind of started me into like the different subgenres of metal.
Yeah, I just now learning a little bit more about that genre because I was in a rock soul all female group. And,
wow.
And I know about different, and I listened to some of the rock songs in below when I was younger. Like I love to listen to Limp Bizkit. I still got that album, Chocolate Starfish and Hot Dog Flavored Water.
Awesome.
I listened to that. I listened to Paramore, Blink-182. And when I was like listening to some of Papa Roach, of course.
Yes, classics.
Yes.
Classics.
So I was listening to some of those songs and I was in like, why everybody gets so hype on this type of music? So when I hear it and I hear different rhythms, different when I hear it on guitar, I was like, I feel like they cheating all those notes, all that distortion, all that noise. I thought I was like, once I hear this, I need to get myself some strong Excedrin or something, because I will probably might get a headache from listening to all this. And also I think like different other metal music, I was thinking like certain metal music, I like, I was like, what the heck is going on? What are he saying? So once I got a chance to like, okay, let me clear my mind, open my mind, and just hear hear like different type of metals and different type of metals, I kind of got more fascinated in the groove metal.
Oh, and, yes.
Because I was like, okay, I can actually hear notes.
Yes.
And hearing the notes and hearing different techniques, and that's kind of like I'm more fascinated into that. So thanks to everybody that I know that listen to metal music. Big respect. I actually understand that now. So that makes me more appreciate a little bit more about like that type of music, because I was scared to listen to it.
It can be definitely intimidating at first. Yeah. And I feel like once you find like that subgenre that you like, you will probably appreciate it more. At least people that are like looking from the outside in, you know.
Well, I saw one of your latest videos from Instagram, and you was playing your guitar, and I loved it. I love the colors on your guitars. I love it. They're cute. And you was playing like different playing like a different riff, or you was practicing it, and it was like different tapping and arpeggios, and I was hearing the different tones, and I was like, what is your practice routine? Because I know everybody's routine is very different. Like you did that, the tapping and different arpeggios and easy transitioning, very effortless. And I was like, how she do that? My tapping sucks. So I was like, what is your practice routine? Because a lot of people are taking notes right now. Including myself.
Well, I'll say like first I like to start with like stretching my hands out. So that's just like a standard for me now, just to keep my fingers, nice and healthy. And I'll start with like scales, like major scales, like basic scales. Even with the pick, I'll just start with scales just to get my fingers like warmed up and stuff. And then I'll just start with like chords. Like say if I just wanted to like write a song that day, I'll just start with like a chord and then just like add a melody to it, if that makes sense. But you kind of do the melody with tapping. So like you can play a chord and then you can continue it on with the melody. And that's something that I've gotten from this guitarist named Ichika. He's like a Japanese guitarist, and yeah, he's like really good with tapping. So I got a lot of my practice regimen from his videos on YouTube. So you can just look on YouTube and you can find people that tap and then just kind of learn their exercises if they provide them, or just learn what they're, doing by ear. And yeah, I just start with like just chords and then add melody to it, like if I'm writing. With my practice regimen, again, I just make up stuff in my mind, really. You can really just make up your own warm-up routine. And that's something that I tend to do nowadays.
So when you started writing a song, did you ever, like, you came up with like a riff or idea? So what is your creative process when you started like writing songs? Because I know everybody's creative process is different. My creative process is very different. So when you say you started like coming up with chords and writing a song, so what is your creative process?
Well, you know how you mentioned earlier that you like to go to the gym and stuff to clear your mind? I kind of like to do something similar. Like I'll go for a walk first, because I feel like when I have too much going on in my mind, I can't really create as I want to. So I like to meditate in the morning. And then, I might take a walk just to get my head going. And for some reason, it just gives me ideas. So when I come back, and I'm ready to write, I just have at it. I don't know. Like as soon as my mind is clear, I know if my mind is clear, I'm able to write very efficiently. I can write a whole song if I just concentrate, So that's basically my creative process. I just meditate, breathe, and then just start writing from melody. Like I might hear a melody in my head and then I'll just put it down and then just build from there. I hope that helps a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely helps because a lot of people like having trouble getting started on how to write a song or build a song. They might have one this idea and don't know how to execute it. So that's like one of the big issues with some musicians or artists that want to start their song. They didn't know how to execute it. And
yeah, like starting with like a chord progression really helps. I feel like if you have a chord progression in your head that's just like really catchy, you can just start by playing that first, and then you can add melodies and, you know, arpeggios and things like that afterwards. That's a really great way, at least for me, to write songs.
Okay, so 1 second. I'm probably going to start sipping because I might need some tea to sip.
Nice.
Because everybody wants to know. And we are newsy about that, about everybody's gear. So what is your main go-to rig and your favorite rig that you have that you love and adore and always like, okay, this is my main go-to right there?
Well, I will start with my Jackson guitars because I love them very much, and I'm endorsed by them, so I love my Jackson guitars. That's like my main thing. That's what I have to have all the time. But I also use like an XFX processor. It's like behind me, but I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, it's like a preamp processor, and it basically just makes like different like tones and stuff. I don't know if you can see it. But
yeah, I see it.
Yeah, and it basically like you can create like your own tones on there. Like you can, like if I wanted to have like a really nice clean sound, I can have that. I can emulate things that people send to me because I am a session guitarist, so a lot of times people need like reference tracks. So when they send reference tracks to me, I can emulate the sounds that they're looking for on there. So it can do like all the pedals that you could think of on there. Like chorus, delay, reverb, of course, and then you can sculpt your tone that way. And you can create sounds on there. You can make it sound like a string instrument. Like my friend taught me that you can make it sound like a violin and stuff, like your guitar, when you plug it in there. And it works as an interface too. So that's like my main go-to thing. I don't really use like a lot of plugins like in Logic, but that's what I use, like Logic as my DAW system. But when I do need to do different sounds, I just go straight to my XFX. So you just plug it right in. It makes any sound that you can think of. And it's very easy for me because I just like to press a button and just have everything work for me. So yeah, that's like my main thing.
Did you ever do any like performances, like any performances on stage?
Well, I plan to. I used to perform a lot, like growing up especially, like that's all I did because I played like a lot of classical music, like clarinet and stuff. But yeah, I do plan on having first my EP out and then of course, you know, performing those songs. And I definitely look forward to doing that.
Yay!
Yeah, I look forward to doing that. That's like one thing I really want to do. Like that's like one of my main goals is to perform live consistently.
Yeah, like once you get on that stage, that's a whole
different world.
Yes, like you be behind you being in your house, you behind the computer, you're doing recording behind that music, but you never like actually get to share your story right in front of a lot of people.
Yeah,
and that is like one of the best experience you will ever have once you get on that stage. You sharing your story, you might touch, not only like if you touch at least one person, that will be the best thing ever in life.
Wow. Yes, I like that's like my goal in life is to perform live, and I cannot wait to do that because I know that you have a lot of experience with that as well. So
well, I'll be happy to mentor because I
would love it. Literally, I would love it. I
love to mentor a lot of women and kids that really wants to do this industry because this industry is so male dominant. Like it's really like giving us these certain standards that most of us women don't want to have those type of standards. We want us to be able to do the same as a male do, but also want to, you know, we just want the same respect. We still get overlooked from all this.
Yes.
telling us, and also the sexiness and stuff like that. Some of us are not comfortable with that.
Exactly. I really wish that like we could just express ourselves how we want to without having to put on this facade all the time just to appeal to other people.
Yeah,
like, I would love to just
men looking all ratchet and hot mess on stage, and they still get respect. Like, can we at least get the same thing? Like,
yeah, exactly. Because I'm a chill girl. I like to be in comfy clothes. I don't always want to have my hair done even.
Exactly. Sometimes I don't like to be up on the stage in heels. I will kick them right off. Here's a true story. I was wearing heels and I was doing a private event, and I was having so trouble hitting my pedals. I was holding on the microphone stand because I'm afraid I would bust my ass on stage.
Oh my goodness.
That's why I was like, I need to take those damn shoes off. I like to go up on stage wearing some J's and Jordans and some sweatpants and jeans.
So you can rock out.
Yes, I like to do stuff like that. I don't like to be running around in heels. I can't even twerk on stage, right? It's hard. So that is a great thing that we had to push through this movement. Like, let's have the same respect as a male doing this industry. And just give us our roses. You know? So fun stuff. When you're not doing any music or anything, like, what do you like to do to keep yourself, sane, balanced, or like what fun things do you like to do when you're not doing any music whatsoever?
Well, I have a cat. I like to play with my cat. I like to go to the movies. I like to be in nature a lot. Like, my friends like to go on trails and stuff, so I like to do that. I just like to be out in nature and just vibing with the plants.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of doing. That's what I was thinking of doing. Like, I see like different sceneries. I seen like pictures, people when they go on trail hiking and stuff like that, and I see that all that work walking up all these daggone hills, and you feel like you're tired, but once you saw that scenery, that's like worth the wait.
It's worth it. Yes, it's definitely worth the long walk and the hiking and the everything. Yeah,
but that is like fun. The fun thing. Like, you get to hear different sounds from nature. That might be inspiration for you.
It is. Yes, I'm so happy that you said that, because yes, I've been literally like just studying like how like birds and stuff like just chirp and communicate with each other, because you can really turn all that stuff into song. Yeah, like everything that you hear in nature, you can turn into song. So yes, that's very
like a bird chirp or water stream flowing, or you hear like, or once you're inspired by the sun like rising up in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
good things. Like you say, you have a cat. Like, what's your cat's name?
A Jitterbug.
Aww.
His name is Jitterbug. He's like a year old. He's so sweet and nice. We really just got him, not even like a year.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I have a rabbit.
You have a rabbit?
I have a rabbit. He's free roams around the house. He laid back and stuff. He like to watch wrestling with me all the time.
He watches TV? Oh my goodness.
I had a picture on my Instagram. It was getting ready to watch WrestleMania. He was sitting there, his legs all stretched out, like his had a hard day, hopping all day, like he had a hard day's worth of stretching.
At work.
Yeah, just looking at the screen. I was like, you watching wrestling with me? Yeah, his name is Lavender. He free roams around the house. So I don't believe in cages or hutches or anything like that, because it jeopardizes their mental health. But they supposed to be supporting me. I'm the one that's having mental issues here. Can't have it the other way around.
Yeah.
So
that is funny.
Yeah, but having pets are like the great thing, emotional support. Like,
yes,
like you can have a conversation to it, even though they don't understand what the hell you're saying. Like, they just pet me. Like, just pet me.
You'll so feel
much
cute.
Better. Yeah, they're
literally
cute.
So cute, and they really do like help improve your mood. I feel like since we've gotten him, he's definitely awesome.
Yeah, like a lot of people, that leads into my next question. Like, a lot of people, when they had deals with their mental issues or mental health, like they lose motivation of doing music, or losing motivation or anything they love to do because of that. Like, what keeps you motivated? Like, because a lot of people lose motivation, like, oh, I don't feel like playing guitar today. Like, what gives you that just like, I just want to pick up the guitar today?
Well, I'll say that I've definitely have gone through things like that before where I didn't feel motivated. And during that time, I just let myself kind of heal. Like sometimes you kind of have to take a break. And it's okay to take breaks. As long as you come back, you'll always come back to what you love. I feel sometimes taking a break and then also trying to discipline yourself to be like, okay, today I might just play for 5 minutes. There's nothing wrong with playing for 5 minutes. I've seen people improve so much just playing 5 minutes a day. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, just increase your time after that. So I feel like, yes, just taking, even if it's a minute out of your day, just pick up the instrument. If you don't feel like it, you can always put it back. You can always come back to it. So yeah, just doing it in increments, I feel really helps with motivating. And, you know, once you get to playing like for hours, you know, that eventually comes. But just taking your time and being patient with yourself to heal is very important. It's just, it's all connected. So if your mind is healthy, you'll have a great time playing guitar and doing everything else. So that's, yeah.
Yeah, that is really like a great advice, because a lot of people have been asking me these questions. I'm like, I might as well just put this in the questions right now and see what everybody's different views on how people get their motivation, because it's hard. Especially,
it can be very hard, yes.
Especially a lot of people have full-time jobs or have kids, or they're trying to live a work-life balance, and it's kind of hard to like, okay, I want to go to my happy place, and that's doing music. Like a lot of people couldn't do that because other things, life happens, but it's just very hard for them to like, okay, I need to do some music. But I get too comfortable and don't want to get up out of bed, you know. But that's one of the great advice that I would that you definitely speak on. But do you have like any, like if you talk to like a young girl, like a girl maybe like a 10-year-old that wants to do a music, or any other age, that any women out there that wants to do music, what type of advice you would give to them?
I would tell them to play what they like to play. Like if it's like a favorite song that you have, try to learn that song, because that motivates me. If I learn something that I really just already am listening to, like on a daily basis, I might as well just try to play it, and that really is fun to do. I feel like that can be a good motivator. Just if you're already listening to something that you really like, it can be a pop song, any genre of music. Just try to play it on guitar and just see what comes from that.
Well, you say you're working on an EP. Do you have like any upcoming single that you're thinking of releasing before the end of the year, or like any sneak peeks or anything?
Well, I definitely want to have it done before the end of the year for sure. Maybe like in November, like the end of November is preferred for me. Like I already have the songs ready. I'm just trying to get everything mixed now and working on the features. Trying to get everything done.
Well, you know, you need any help or anything, you know, you can contact me. Anybody that deals with production or anything like that.
I definitely will. Now that you said that, I definitely will. Trust me.
Hey, we might do something together. Like
I would love that.
I never did like a guitar duet before in my life.
Really?
No.
Well, I'll be the first one then. I will be the first.
Oh my God, that give me ideas. Like y'all heard it here first. This might be like the first, maybe the little EP of guitar duets. Me duetting one of the famous women guitarists. That will be like a dream.
No, literally, we'll work on that for sure.
Yeah, because like mixing in a little hip hop and a little bit of your rockness, and we fuse it together and stuff. That would be so freaking awesome. Yay!
That'd be beautiful. Yes, I'm trying to get more into collabing with others, so I'm definitely open to doing that.
Those y'all listening? She said she's open. She open to work with other people. So if y'all are thinking about want to work with this talented guitarist here, all pretty and everything, all fleek, make sure you DM her. Like, you tell everybody your social media and stuff like that so they can find you and everything like that.
Yes. Instagram is Diamonds Metal, and my YouTube is Diamonds Metal 7, and it's the same on TikTok as well. Just please follow me if you can.
Make sure you follow her, and make sure when you follow her, if she releases any music, make sure you put it in your playlists.
Yes, please go ahead and do that.
Play any of her tracks, do videos and stuff like that, because I do that too. I be playing different music and doing videos and stuff, so that'd be a great
that's
idea.
Really cool.
So that's a good idea.
Yes.
So make sure you follow her, and make sure you follow Fret Sisters for any upcoming events, tea, anything that we just did, even features that we do every day, featuring a special female musician that in each category each day. So you never know. Until the next episode, I am Shorn Marshall. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next episode. Bye.